So for us, it's a proud moment. This is something we knew we always had to do. There are a lot of things we had to put in place to get us to where we are today. But we're very happy to, very happy to be here. Very happy to see so many familiar faces in the crowd today. People are interested in prescribing medicinal cannabis locally and helping eventually to provide a product that works, a product which is safe, which we hope will really impact the medical industry here. Thank you, Ms. Day. If you've gone through your packets by now, you see that we have a schedule of events for today. We're basically expecting to be here for most of the day, so I thank you again for taking your time to come down here. We also want to thank the guys who are here from the government's web unit just to document the event today. We have a lot of staff here from the MCA today, many of whom will be giving presentations during the day. We also have a visiting physician from Toronto, Dr. Hans Clark, who will be giving the major part of the presentation today, and I personally am going here as well. But to open us today, we have an address from none other than our own Dr. Gerald Thompson, who is our CEO. I know to a large extent the CEO of the Medicinal Cannabis Authority needs no introduction. Dr. Thompson has been a government minister, a parliamentary representative, a chief regulator, an advocate for decriminalization, and not unlike yourself, a medical officer. All of this makes him almost uniquely qualified to lead the MCA as we seek to build a successful medicinal cannabis industry in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Furthermore, he is from the North Leeward part of the island, where cannabis cultivation has been appropriated into the culture. As such, he may have certain personal understandings of the plant and its use that supersedes the knowledge of the average citizen, though he may claim otherwise. Let me welcome Dr. Thompson to give us the opening remarks that will officially kick off the authority's training of medical practitioners in SVG, the primary goal of which is to ensure patient safety while affording patient access to medicinal cannabis. Dr. Thompson.
Good morning to everyone. Interesting, Dr. Cummins referred to personal knowledge, and so I'll come back to that in a moment. But I want to welcome everyone here this morning. I know a couple of persons are still on their way. And I am playing two roles this morning. I want to make an apology for the absence of the Chief Medical Officer, who I think has been called for a meeting with the Prime Minister on a federal matter. And so I am kind of doubling up, but my intention is not to speak for too long. I told Fiona I was going to speak for 2 minutes, and she's implored me to speak just for a little bit longer in terms of filling those particular two roles. But this is the first of a series of educational programs to bring health practitioners, physicians, veterinarians, pharmacists, and nurse practitioners and others really up to speed with a lot of modern concepts relating to medicinal cannabis. And I really am happy to have Dr. Hans Clark, who's actually a Vincentian, notable Vincentian, who really has done some early work with us in conceptualizing medicinal cannabis. He practices in Canada, and he basically runs a pain specialty management service there. And it's a problem tracking Dr. Clark. I call him, he's in this part of the world, or he's in another part of the world, and so forth, and giving talks and giving lectures. And I'm really pleased. I'm sure there'll be a more formal introduction later, but I'm really pleased to have you here at this inaugural meeting, this training session. And I want to thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come. You know, I really appreciate it. Now, I also want to thank my whole team. Really put a solid program together. There's going to be another one on, I believe, the 4th, another on Sunday, the 8th, which I think maybe a little bit more geared to some of the pharmacists and so forth. We get into, and then next year we're rolling out another series of them. You know, I want to start off with, and I hope I haven't lost you put these things down and go to sleep and so forth. But I am connected, and I am expecting for some juice to be coming through the thing, but nothing there. But anyway, I wanted to show you a little clip. I want to show you a little clip of the Prime Minister's presentation at the recent United Nations General Assembly. I think it's important to get an idea, even though he may not be here today with us.
Amidst the ominous ubiquity of climate change, the unpredictability of escalating trade wars, and the daily uncertainties of erratic global policy shifts, St. Vincent and the Grenadines must seek increasingly creative pathways in pursuit of our people's right to development. Alongside our continuing efforts to engender growth and development, through greater investments in agriculture, education, health, housing, tourism, and the blue economy, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has established a well-regulated, export-oriented medical cannabis industry. This industry seeks to marry the latest scientific and pharmaceutical knowledge on cannabis with the long-standing expertise of our traditional cultivators of the plant. In defining the parameters of our medical cannabis sector, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has taken great efforts to scrupulously comply with international law, while taking into account the specific needs and characteristics of our country, culture, and people. Undoubtedly, the rapidly shifting medical and legal landscape will eventually require the international community to revisit the long-standing treaties governing the use and trade in cannabis. In the interim, it is crucial that the enforcers and interpreters of these international agreements refrain from a brand of hardline orthodoxy that disproportionately affects small states while accommodating the disdainful disregard of the law by more powerful nations.
Programs and so have not really, they've been rolled out, but somehow or the other there's a little bit of a disconnect in my view. We have Dr. Hans Clark who can talk a little about that. We came down to New York, and maybe there is a, but they took a slightly different approach. And they went and they did a lot of physician training, a lot of physician education. And the system in New York is a lot more restrictive and controlled and regulated, but physicians feel a lot more comfortable writing a prescription because they have a better understanding of what conditions to write it for, to recognize when somebody is just interested in a high, and to also understand some of the downsides, the problems related to its prescription and so forth. And that's what we really all about. We said that we want to combine these two models. And we at the start of this particular industry, we want to make sure that the physicians and the pharmacists give us some sort of better feedback as regards how they feel, and to have a better understanding about the various elements of prescribing medicinal cannabis. I want to say that in terms of going through this particular course, you're going to be receiving a certificate that makes you an approved person for prescribing. But we still have some additional steps. We still have to make sure that the product is available and is safe and so forth. And we will be declaring product as being available at some sort of later date. But right now, our main purpose is to engage you. And we know that, doctors and pharmacists can be a tough crowd. Dr. Clark, I don't expect some tough questions, and maybe even some persons here who may even doubt whether this should even be on the cards. But I think that your attendance here today more will show that you are eager to find out more information about this, and that you yourself may be willing as a pharmacist to dispense or as a physician to prescribe. And we want to make you feel quite comfortable that in St. Vincent and Grenadines, it is legal for a physician to prescribe medicinal cannabis. It is legal for a pharmacist who's approved to dispense medicinal cannabis, and that those particular issues that you may experience in other countries and so forth, that here in St. Vincent and Grenadines, we will find that the Medicinal Cannabis Authority and the Ministry of Health is quite supportive of the process. Strangely enough, coming to an end, that in most other countries, the development of a medicinal cannabis platform is under a Ministry of Health. Here in St. Vincent and Grenadines, because we are also developing a medicinal cannabis industry, with cultivation and manufacture and processing, it's under the Ministry of Industry and Agriculture. But I want you to feel quite comfortable that our collaboration with the Ministry of Health, with the CMO and Permanent Secretary and all the other aspects and so forth that's required to make this work, that we may get it done. So with that, I want to say a pleasant good morning to everyone. I'm looking forward to hearing the two presentations this morning, which we started off with Dr. Young, the background in terms of the whole platform, the main feature, main address from Dr. Hans Clark, and then afterwards it's where we can prepare to get into the pharmaceuticals and so forth. So with that, I want to thank you, and we're quite eager to.
And there's one thing that Dr. Thomas mentioned that I want to clarify. At the end of today, each of you who's attending will be receiving a certificate of completion that says that you attended the training course. That certificate by itself does not authorize you to prescribe medicinal cannabis. You still have to come out and make an application, but you will use the certificate as evidence of having been educated in the use of safe use of medicinal cannabis. So just to clear that up, you will get a certificate, but it by itself is not authorization. We are going to take a short break before we get into the meat of the presentation.